The fragility of global peace has been exposed time and again in the recent times. The latest one being the Iran-Israel war. It all began in April 2025 when months of rising tensions turned into open conflict. Missile attacks, airstrike, and complete diplomatic breakdown, turning tense standoffs into full-scale war. Let's break down how this recent conflict disrupted the lives of Indian medical students, forcing emergency evacuations, halting education, and leaving their degrees in limbo. In today's episode of Straight Up by EdexLive, with me, Angela Mary Thomas. The Iran-Israel crisis escalated when Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, targeting Iran's key military and nuclear sites. As the attacks grew, more than 1,500 Indian students in Iran were unexpectedly caught in the conflict. The Indian government responded with Operation Sindhu and Operation Ajay to evacuate students and bring them back home. While these efforts ensured physical safety, the uncertainty lingers. With campuses shut and clinical training halted, students remain anxious, unsure if they'll return to their universities abroad or be allowed to continue medical training in India. And that brings us to a much larger and long-standing problem: India's approach to foreign medical graduates, or FMGs. Most of these students were abroad, not by choice, but due to limited availability of medical seats in India. Now, after spending years in countries like Iran and Israel, they have returned with incomplete degrees in the wake of war and deteriorating situations. India's medical regulations currently require FMGs to complete their internships in the same country where they earn their degrees. But without clinical rotation, students are left unable to complete the medical degrees. Now, here's the problem. There are no formal guidelines in place for foreign medical students who are forced to return abruptly due to conflict or emergencies beyond their control. While the NMC has allowed some exceptions in the past, such as permitting Ukraine returned students to complete their internships in India, they were on ad hoc measures. For students displaced by forces beyond their control, the question remains: what next? Faysal Lateef, a final-year medical student evacuated from Iran, shares what it was like to flee a war zone and the uncertainty he now faces about his future as a doctor.
As all of you are aware about the situation in Iran, which was not good from past few days, the Indian government and the Indian embassy evacuated the students from Iran. I would like to thank the Indian government and the Iranian government who made this evacuation process quite possible and easy for us, because all of the aerial space, all of the airspace was completely shut during these days. But somehow they managed for us to get evacuated from Iran. And lastly, I would like to request the Indian government, the NMC, that God forbid, if in future something like this happens, they should take some measures so that a student does not face any kind of problems, like he loses his months or he gets he faces the bad consequences of not going to his or her hospitals, not attending his classes, like the bad kind of effect it has on the students when they are not in touch with the hospitals and not in touch with the university.
With conflicts on the rise, quick fixes won't cut it anymore. India needs a proper system to support students who have had to leave their medical studies unfinished due to war or crisis. Thank you for watching. We will see you all again soon. Stay tuned to edexlive.com for more news. Stay safe and stay informed.